Claire, leave it alone.
Claire, leave it alone. Hey everyone, welcome back.
Welcome back to Not For Anything. It is a glorious day because Trump is officially out of office. And to celebrate, we encourage our viewers and our listeners to have a 5-second dance party with us, starting now. Oh, it is a great day. It is. I believe in God again. It's just beautiful. Jess, how are you? How's it going?
I'm great. I feel like I can sleep properly after 4 days of having heart palpitations and being in constant fear and anxiety.
How ridiculous was this last week? It was like the longest week of my life.
I have to say, TikTok got me through it. I have never laughed at TikTok. Oh my God. Like, the memes were outstanding. A+, 10 out of 10, never let me down, always funny, always brilliant.
Brilliant, creative.
Never the same.
The ones of like
just so funny.
Like, the ones of Nevada, like counting like 1, 2, like going so slow. I was like, beautiful. Chef's kiss.
Oh my God.
Did you know that Kanye West in this election voted for himself? Did you know that? I'm out of here. He posted videos on Twitter of him. I feel like I'm Perez Hilton, like being like, did you hear the tea? But he literally posted videos of him submitting his first ballot on Twitter and his name was written. I was like,
see, and I was telling you this before, like, I understand that he was kind of involved this year, but I remember nothing of his campaigning or what he was. I was not paying attention to him.
I thought it was a joke the whole time. I didn't think it was real. Like, I really did not think it was real.
Like, I don't even know what this man was doing. Like,
He posted it and I was like, okay, Kanye. If that's what you feel, Kanye, if that's what you feel, then that's what you feel. But it just did. I was baffled. And then plus Kim, my friend Kim Kardashian posted a picture saying she voted, like with the little sticker saying that she voted, but she was wearing a red shirt. So people were like, Kim. And then she deleted that picture and reposted it black and white. Now, listen, I would not be surprised.
As if that changes anything.
Like, people saw it stupid. Like, I feel that she could have voted for Trump. Like, they're a rich family, and they don't want to, like, face all those taxes. Or if they, if they have a way to get out of paying taxes, or as many taxes, like, rich want to stay rich.
And she has kind of a weird relationship with him because of, like, all of her police reform work that she was doing and like whatever lawyer stuff she's into nowadays. Like, I don't know. But I like to believe that as much, like, as problematic as that family has been, Kim has come through. Mm-hmm. Like, she hasn't always let us down. You know what I mean? And, like, there has been some growth, I think we've all seen, like, over the years. But if she voted for Trump, I'm not surprised. I'm just like, you have black children? Like,
yeah, it is a weird dichotomy, if you will. It is a weird dichotomy. It's a weird thing. Because, you know, I was looking, listen, in preparation, I know Jess and I this week are going to talk about the Kardashians because I have personally had it. But in preparation, I was looking at, like, because in our first episode, I said they're useless. Like, what do they do for the world? And then I was like, I've never actually done any research to see if they have done stuff for the world. And I knew Kim was doing stuff for the criminal justice system and, like, getting people out for nonviolent crimes and things like that.
Yeah.
She's done that. But other than that, they've donated money to, I mean, Kylie and Kim, I think, have probably done the most. Which is surprising because I was like, Kylie, who, like, what do you do? Yeah. She's, like, donated a lot of money to various organizations, so good for them. But yeah, Kim has always been, like, a weird figure, I guess.
She is really weird because she kind of, I think she very much, like, likes to listen to what the people want, and she's she's not much of like a leader or someone that like takes initiative. She's kind of like, oh, the in thing to do right now is be this, so I'm going to be that.
But,
and she kind of just follows the trends and like, like I don't.
The article I was reading said that the Kardashians make it a point to give back, and I'm like, but that's just it. You're making it a point to give back, not that you genuinely want to, but you're saying like, look at me.
Yeah.
Here's, and Kylie actually, in most of her giving back endeavors, she's joined with Ellen. They've done stuff together. So like, in celebration of, who's like a whole other problem now, but in celebration of her 22nd birthday, I think, and commemorating the fact that she was a billionaire, again, good for you. Her makeup line developed this new something or other, and she donated, I think it was $200,000 to something. But
she
yeah,
made it back the next day.
But you know what I mean? It's kind of like a thank you for doing that, but.
Do you think, like, in celebrity culture and just, like, if you were to be, like, blessed with that much money, do you think...
Manifesting here. We're manifesting here.
I'm Jeffree Star. But do you think it's, like... Do you think it's better to be someone that quietly is giving money and donating and doing charity work behind the scenes and not, like, posting that and being annoying and in your face? Or do you think if you have a platform, you should be more vocal about what resources like you care about charities, you care about, like, you know what I mean? Like, what's the right way to handle that? Because I don't want to say that they don't do anything, because maybe they're doing a bunch of stuff behind the scenes and they just don't say it.
Yeah,
but, like,
I mean, I think the phrase you're looking for here is, what's the line?
Where is it heard and believed?
So stupid.
There's no line for it.
I really want to put that on a t-shirt.
You guys want merch?
People like Reese Witherspoon, I think, use their platform really well. Because she's a celebrity that I look up to in terms of like humbleness. Same thing with Jennifer Garner. Like, they don't like throw their money everywhere and like show the luxuries that they can enjoy. They show like what's important to them. They recognize that they're privileged people in the media, and I think they use that to their platform, and you never hear about them so often giving back. Jennifer Garner and Reese Witherspoon, I know that they like work with communities and charities. I don't know like specifics, but yeah, like I know that they do that kind of work, but it's like not so in your face about it. I don't know. Be grounded. I think it's when you lose that like sense of reality. So when you look at people like the Kardashians, like they were born into wealth, even the Jenners, right? So like they've never maybe had that sense of normalcy and
they for sure they don't, and they don't like know or understand like the value of a dollar. And like I actually really encourage like any of our viewers, go on YouTube, because there is the most disgusting video, and our listeners as well, disgusting video of Kylie and Kendall being taken to like a homeless shelter or something. Like Caitlyn Jenner was taking them to a homeless shelter to get them to like kind of wake up and see like how privileged they are. And they were horrible when they were there.
What were they doing? I haven't seen this video.
They were just like, in their interviews, they were just like, yeah, it's like really hard to be homeless. Like,
what the fuck is that? Yeah, it's really hard to be homeless. It's really hard.
They have the worst attitudes. They're like, yeah, this is not how I want to spend my day. Like,
but like, not for anything. Is it that hard to like have a home then? Because these girls during quarantine have been frolicking and going on vacation and things like that. And Kylie went on vacation in April. She went on a road trip with a basketball player. I think it was Devin Booker. And she's like, yeah, I just needed like air. I think was, one sec. I have the quote. Yeah. Devin is a friend and is a part of a small group. They took a road trip for some much needed air. And her house is over 6,000 square feet.
Yeah, there's not a lot of air in California.
No, there's not enough. There's just not enough air.
There's not enough for Kylie Jenner. She needs more air.
You know what I mean? So it's like kind of the idea of like taking everything for granted, but putting it on a platform where like these, like we were talking about it the first episode, where like these little girls are seeing this and want to emulate that.
This is the thing I can't stand, is like they just will not admit defeat or ignorance or just being like, I fucked up. Like they just don't really do that. Like that's where I give more props to like Courtney, Kim, and Chloe, because I feel like they have a tendency to just be like, yeah, I'm really sorry. Like that was horrible. Like I'm really sorry. But like, but Kendall, like remember when she did the Pepsi commercial?
No.
She did the Pepsi commercial where she like handed a bottle of Pepsi to like a guard or something during a protest, and there was like all this outrage being like, yeah, Pepsi's not gonna like save society just because like there's not gonna be unity just because of a Pepsi bottle. Anyways, it was a really big deal when she did this commercial, and there was like one episode of Keeping Up with the Kardashians where she talks about it, and in her interview she's like crying and she's like I just felt so fucking stupid. Like if I knew this was going to be the outcome, like I never would have done something like this. But like you don't know when you're in the moment, and just like crying instead of just being like, I had no perception to really think about this commercial. Like she like just didn't, she couldn't admit that she didn't think about it. Like she just took the job. It's like that's not enough to be like, I just didn't know. It's like, well, did you think about it for like more than 2 seconds, or did you just go like Pepsi commercial?
Yeah.
And then she just like cried about it. It's just like, just admit when you do something wrong because you're stupid. Like that's it.
We all have those moments. We all fuck up. It's not to say that we don't fuck up. Everybody messes up. We're all human.
Yes.
But when you put yourself on this other level of like godliness, and that like messing up for you is like unheard of.
Yeah. Like she said that she felt stupid, but it's just more that she just like made it about her instead of like taking that opportunity to just be like, how could you have done better? Yeah. Like, what is it exactly that you did wrong? Instead of like all these excuses that you just keep giving yourself. Like, it's just fucking annoying. But, are we surprised? Because this whole pandemic, none of them have really been doing the best they could be doing.
No. I mean, listen, we all know that Kim just went on vacation, she had the privilege to take everybody to a private island. Like, there were a lot of people there. That's fine, whatever. If you say you did your 2 weeks, you got everybody tested, whatever. But, like...
I'm going to read the tweet. Because some people, like, might not know. But about, like, a week and a half ago, Kim Kardashian tweeted out, after 2 weeks of multiple health screens and asking everyone to quarantine, I surprised my closest inner circle with a trip to a private island where we could pretend things were normal just for a brief moment in time. And the internet blew up because, like, how fucking blind? Like, read the room. How do you...
But it's the same matter of, like, that recognizing privilege and like being on this other level than everybody else, which I mean technically you're a celebrity, that's how it may be, but I don't know, when you're so detached from reality, like there are people literally dying over this disease.
Kim,
however you stand on
COVID,
however you stand on COVID, like it's a disease. At the end of the day, it's a disease, it's a virus, it's killing people. So whatever you believe, that's happening, and to just be like, we're gonna go on vacation and relaxed because we're really stressed right now. Like, again,
I think it's
read
just
the room.
Yeah, it's just the fact that where it's like, no one is saying that you are not allowed to do what it is you're doing, and no one's claiming that they were being really unsafe about it and like they were being stupid or whatever. Like, I don't really think that was the argument, because they keep defending themselves thinking that that's the argument. They're like, well, we quarantined, well, it's our inner circle, well, we did this, well, we did that. And it's like, you're not listening though. You're not understanding that do what you want, but like no one asked what you were up to. Like, literally no one asked. And like, for the fact that you were just like, I'm just going to share this so that you guys know what's going on with me. It's like, no one asked what's going on. We know that you're fine. So it's like, it really came across as bragging of just like, it's in times like these that I know how privileged I am. And it's like, do you want to brag a little bit more about how privileged you are? That is not a saving grace comment to just be like, well, I know I'm privileged. It's like, no, that's actually something that you should kind of be embarrassed about. Like how much money you have during a pandemic and the fact that you can go on a private island with your family. Like, how are you not embarrassed?
That's Sebastian Maniscalco. Aren't you embarrassed?
Aren't you
embarrassed? But
I would be mortified if
right?
if people found out that I was able to afford a vacation like that and went.
People are struggling to buy groceries right now. You know?
It's just yeah, it's great. I'm gonna let you
go
no.
We're both like going off.
I'm heated. I'm gassed up.
But it's really like, you mentioned an excellent point of like, you can do whatever the fuck you want. No one's saying you can't. If you followed all the rules, even though non-essential travel, they didn't, whatever. Even though like we don't believe, like, there were so many people there. You think everybody quarantined, please. But on paper, if it's fine to you on paper, like, you can go do your thing. Nobody needed to know that. Why did you have to post that? Because it does come across as bragging, even though you're saying, I know that we're so privileged. I'm so grateful that I'm this privileged. Nobody asked you. We know everybody already knows that you're doing okay in the financial department. But again, when people are struggling to buy groceries, struggling to pay rent, struggling to pay their bills, it's like, that's not needed.
It's like she said, we just wanted to be able to pretend it wasn't happening for a little bit. Kim,
you don't think we all want to pretend?
You have the option of pretending it isn't real? Like, are you okay? Do you understand? Like, just...
I can't imagine if I was a frontline worker, if I was a nurse, if I was a surgeon, if I was a doctor working on the COVID floor, like, seeing that is just, it's baffling how people could be that ignorant and like I'm going to say blissfully ignorant to like what's actually happening, because they have the privilege, like you said, to pretending that life could be normal. People live this shit every day.
Yeah. It's like no one else has that option. Like, it just like, it drives me nuts because I know that she and a team of her people must have really analyzed how to release that information and like how to say that. And that's the best they came up with.
The best thing to do would have not been to post anything at all.
Just don't say anything.
Keep your mouth shut. Whatever. And then if people ask you, like, you know, if paparazzi on an island see you leaving, then you say, you know what? Yeah, I didn't want to bring it up because whatever, but we did quarantine. We did do this. We did follow all the steps. It was just a way for me to thank my people, like my closest friends for my, like, you know what I mean? Not post it. And then if it comes out, then you explain yourself, because then people are asking you to explain yourself. Nobody asked you. Nobody
and no
cares.
one's saying that if they had that money that they wouldn't be doing the same thing. You know what I mean? If I was in her position, I like to believe that I'd be better than that, but I don't know. Like, I don't walk their life. You know what I mean? Walk their life. I don't
walk their life.
I don't.
What's the line?
Yeah, like I'm not in their shoes, so I don't know, but I'd like to believe I'd be better. But it's just, I really don't understand how stupid some people can be, because it's really just painful for everyone else to have to bear witness to it. Like, she must just be like, everyone is such a hater. No!
Sounds like a very Taylor Swift thing to say.
Just fucking, like, they're a hater. Like,
you need to calm down. Like, that's just what it feels like.
To pretend it wasn't happening for a little bit. Say that to your mom. Don't say that on Twitter. Don't say that on Twitter. Which brings us to Kendall fucking Jenner.
Spill it.
So, again, for those of you who don't know, Kendall Jenner was celebrating her 25th birthday recently and had a Halloween party where she invited 100 guests or more. And it's Kendall's birthday, so we have to have a party, guys, right? Like, it's Kenny's birthday.
We cannot, because nobody else had a birthday this year.
Like, just the fact, oh my God. So just the fact that it even happened was insane, because then, like,
were they messed up? I didn't see pictures of it because I don't follow them.
Not everyone was, and there was over 100 guests. But, like, what was leaked was that in the invitations, there was, like, a little slip of paper that said, don't post anything on social media, please. Like, they were trying to keep it, like, under wraps. People posted anyway. Everyone found out about it. But they were, like, saying, don't post this on social media. But then they defend themselves saying, well, we quarantined, we did this, we did that, we did that. And it's like, okay, but you didn't want anyone posting on social media. So you knew it was wrong.
Right?
You know it's wrong. Like, you just admitted that it's wrong by saying you didn't want people posting on social. Like, you guys are fucked. What is wrong with you? I can't. Over 100 guests. And Kris Jenner, I think, went on some radio, like news radio thing where she was like doing an interview about it. And like a guy was asking her questions. I don't remember the source. And she was just like, you know what? We're all just trying our best. You know, everyone got a rapid COVID test before entering the party. We quarantined. We made sure we did this, this, and this. And it's like, again, you guys aren't listening. No one's saying you weren't safe about it. Like, that would just be even more stupid. It's the fact that you think your birthday is that important.
I don't know.
You're not special.
You're not
just
special.
Because you're Kendall Jenner. Like,
you're not special. You're not special if you're Kim Kardashian. You're not special if you're Kanye West. You're not special if you're Donald Trump. And you're not special if you're Kendall Jenner. Jenner. Stroke.
Kendall Jenner.
Kendall Jenner. Yeah, it's stuff like that is so infuriating because again, we've both had birthdays. Our birthdays were at the start of COVID when it was all happening.
Horrible.
It was horrible. First of all, like I grew up knowing I was not important, not special. This was my champagne birthday, okay? I had something nice planned with all of our friends to go dancing, and then it was March 22nd, so everything happened like the week before, but bars weren't closed down, so I was like, what should we do? But I canceled it because I'm a responsible human being. And I don't know if this happened to anybody else depending on where they live, but then drive-by birthdays started becoming, like drive-by celebrations started becoming a thing, like while we were still in phase 1 of lockdown. But that wasn't around during my birth. Not that I would wanted that anyways, because
it wasn't around during mine either.
And hers is in April.
I got a Zoom call and that was it. Yeah. And it's just like, and it's not that it's not good enough, but it's just like, we understand that that's the sacrifice everyone needs to fucking make right now. Like, it is what it is. It is what it is.
It is what it is.
But it's just like, yeah, I just couldn't stand hearing Kris Jenner, like, defending it, being like, we were really safe about it, like, we were smart. It's like, that's not the point. That's not the point. We're not talking about, like, the COVID parameters that you were operating under. We're talking about the fact that you think it's okay to post that. It's okay to have that. The guests that attended thought it was okay.
Well, they didn't think it was okay to post that. That's why they asked nobody to post it on social media.
Yeah, they organized it, but then everyone started posting it anyway.
There's 100 people there. Like, who's not going to post it?
Yeah.
Sorry, exactly. I've been watching a lot of Sopranos lately, so I'm just like, why not?
Yeah. No, but I think like they knew that, like, they were just like, we have to admit defeat, that people are going to post, it's fine, whatever. We'll say everything we did to, like, make it safe. And it's just like, to a certain extent, I understand the mentality of, like, this pandemic isn't going anywhere, so we need to find a way to, like, live with this.
For sure.
But you don't need, your family is a party on its own. Like, just her family is enough people to celebrate. Mm-hmm. You need 100 people? I wanted 2. Like, that's all I wanted.
We
sat
exactly
who you are.
Ourselves and our lovely guest from a few weeks ago, Julian. We, on Jessica's birthday, we brought her
the day before.
McFlurries. Or the day before. We brought her to McDonald's. And we sat at different corners of the driveway. And we were all very far from each other. We were very sad.
And it was windy and it was cold.
It was cold. And people were walking by and giving us looks. And we're like, we're so far from each other. Like, we're okay. I swear. Yeah. We were like...
We were at ends of the driveway with our McFlurries, just shivering.
You know, there are ways to make it work. I mean, that was in the beginning when things were more extreme. Things have loosened up a little bit. We're kind of falling a bit behind, but things have loosened up where you can have, like, maybe 5 or 10 people, and they don't have to be, like, completely socially distanced if they're in your circle. Mm-hmm. But
especially in the second wave right now, it's like things are not, like, getting any better. Like, just... Even if it was in the summer, I could kind of go like, oh, fucking, you know what I mean, whatever. Mm-hmm. But, like, things are quite frankly not good right now.
And I think especially, like, thinking of people that have passed away with COVID, who have gotten COVID and are really, really sick right now, it's just so disrespectful to them because their families and the people working for them or helping to aid them have to self-isolate when they get home. They have to quarantine. They have to be very careful when they go outside. They don't have the privilege of just, like, not wearing a mask if they're walking outside, if they're in direct contact with them. You know what I mean? It's so disrespectful to people that are, like, actually suffering from this and facing the repercussions of it, when the only repercussions you have are just to stay fucking inside in your mansion and go swimming every day and play basketball in your basketball court. And you know what I mean? Like, I don't know if they have basketball court, but you have all these privileges that other people don't right now. So
And
Chill.
like, just like person to person, soul to soul, human to human, I don't want Kendall Jenner to have a shitty birthday. You know what I mean? Like, I'm glad that she had. I want her to have a nice birthday. I want everyone to have like a decent birthday. But it's just like, did you need 100 people? Did you need a big party? Mm-hmm. Did you need that? Or did you just think you were allowed? Because if you get sick, you know you have an awesome like healthcare plan, you're covered, you're fine. Like, you're just fucking bitches. Like, I want to slap her. Because I'm like, how can you be so, like, they all just have these moments of being, like, really, like, compassionate, understanding people. And then they're just fucking stupid. And I'm like, which one is it? A cake and, like, just her family, she would have been fine.
Yeah.
That's all you need for your birthday. But no, 100 people. Because she wanted to be Pamela Anderson for Halloween. Get the fuck out of here.
You know what I did for Halloween? I put on lots of makeup for 3 different days of all, because I figured, listen, every Halloween is a very big deal for our friend group. We usually go to like 2 to 3 parties. Some we got to be double agents the same day. You know what I mean? So I planned my Halloween costumes very far in advance. I planned them. I did them on different days. I put on lots of makeup, made my costumes, took pictures of myself, and then took my makeup off. I came downstairs on my second day. I dressed as the hormone monstress. By the way, Nick Kroll, Maya Rudolph. If you ever like want like
hi Maya,
hi Maya, I love you. And I came downstairs and I was with my dad, and he saw me and he was like, "Are you going to a party? Like, where are you going?" And I was like, "Outside, just to take pictures of myself." And he's like, "And then what? Are you going out?" I said, "No, I'm gonna probably like watch Sopranos in bed or something like that." Like,
no, dude, same. Like, that's literally my housemate and I got dressed. We went to Dollarama, picked out a shitty costume from Dollarama, got ready. We carved a pumpkin, listened to some music, had a couple glasses of wine, and just like vibed out, took pictures, and that was our Halloween. And we had like a donut. Like, that's how we celebrated.
But that's what I'm saying. Like, it doesn't need to be this whole shebang. Like, they have a huge platform of people anyways. Just get dressed up in your costume, take a picture of yourself, and then go to bed. Like,
it's just it was so unnecessary and just like not thoughtful at all.
No.
Stupid. I hate the Kardashians.
Me too.
I love them, and then I hate them, and then I love them, then I hate them.
I've never loved them. Never loved ya.
Anyways, Kendall Jenner grinds my frickin' gears. Kylie Jenner grinds my frickin' gears. I'm glad they got into a fight. Did you hear they got into a fight? They like slapped the shit out of each other. I was like, good! Let there be anarchy!
Listen, the last few years of our life, the last decade, I kind of want to say, like about 6-ish years, we've been a part of what I think historians are going to call, and I just want to say, like, I thought of this first, so, like, whatever. I think historians are going to refer to this as the Jenner-ation.
The theatrics.
The theatrics. I really do. They've been a part of our life so far, so much, and it's influenced everything from makeup to how we dress, blackfishing. Like, I think it's just, they've been obviously a very big influence, and I think these last few actions that they've done of just like kind of not being respectful to what's happening in the world, hopefully opens people's eyes a bit to see that, like, maybe there are better role models to look for, to be influenced by. My go-to is Michelle Obama, but you know what I mean? Like,
don't be influenced by the Kardashians and think that just because Kendall had a big fucking party that you're allowed to have a big party. Like, just, it's so dangerous. Like, they don't even understand. Like, it's like they ignore how much influence they have and just cherry pick. They're like I was about to say Haley, but Kylie is like, I started the wig thing. It's like, no, you didn't.
You didn't.
It's like, you did start the frickin', like, I'm a billionaire at 22 and I'm entitled to, like, have all this money because I worked hard and I had fake lips and I was insecure. And, like, it's just, like...
Same thing with contouring. Like, contouring didn't become popular amongst, like, everyday makeup, really.
But it was in drag.
It was in drag. It was in, yeah.
And they're like, yeah, we started that.
We started that. No, you didn't.
No, you started.
You certainly didn't.
You started other things that are really toxic in our society. Like, just, like, don't cherry pick it. Like,
yeah. I think they influence the idea of sculpting.
Like sculpting your body, like
yes,
as if it's a freaking piece of clay. You're just like.
Not to say that other people in history haven't done that, but in this generation, it's definitely been a crisis with a K.
Yeah, so many titles are like coming to my head for this. But anyways,
folks, thank you for listening
to us
being
rant. A Kardashian.
We just really wanted to get this out because this is so disrespectful to everybody else during this pandemic. So let's rant about it. And maybe, hopefully, they can start working towards doing some more positive, influential things. And Sebastian Maniscalco, aren't you embarrassed?
Aren't you embarrassed?
We'll see you in 2 weeks, everybody. Bye.
Bye, peeps.